What's up, guys? Becca Me is here with the Fosters Season 3, Episode 6. It's my party. So this episode starts off with Callie talking about was Marion for some reason is saying about timing everyone and saying about first was Brandon and then Callie and then AJ and AJ's like just leave me out of it. Yeah. So then Marion starts timing everyone's bathroom schedules, which is kind of like why I guess. So Callie's like, since it's her 17th birthday, she's like, since this episode is her 17th birthday, she's like, hey, why don't you buy her a car? Since she's got her driver's license, or she got an episode 4, and yeah. But it's definitely her, like, and we know. Mariana's like, here's a bunch of money next day. Here's a bunch of money because Callie's birthday next day, and she's like, here now you can buy a car that moms will approve of. But Kylie's like, no. Let's both of us buy a car that moms will approve of. So yeah. So Jude is celebrating Callie is putting together Callie's birthday because it's Jude, not because it's Jude's awesome, and yeah. So AJ is talking to his brother when Brandon comes in, and he's like, who'd you get the phone from? Your dad. And he's like, who are you talking to? Your dad. I just my new favorite character this season, hands down. But anyway, yeah, next to Judy. But yeah, because he's just so funny sometimes. Yeah. So Brandon, being suspicious, teams up with Sophia. Yeah, Callie thought that was gonna be just her and the Queens, but Judy was like, no, we want your birthday to be special. So we invited Wyatt, we invited Raphael, we invited all the girls in the characters, including Becca, who somehow got out of drug rehab and got out of the hospital, and she's fine. But Jude instantly, not knowing about Mario and Callie's secrets, invited Raphael and Wyatt to the same party because, of course, I understand why Jude would invite both of them because he doesn't know Callie got fired from the job there, and he doesn't know that Mariana slept with Wyatt. So of course he would invite them, thinking that he would just invite them, thinking that they're Callie's friends, not Callie's boss, not just that they have their own secret. So Mariana, so Rhea goes up to Raphael and she's like, "Hey, how's Callie doing at the job there?" And she's like, "We had to let Callie go," and she's like, "Why?" Because of him, speaking AJ, and she's like, why? Who's he? Her new foster brother. And she's like, oh, yeah. So Wyatt asked Mariana if they could date, but Mariana's like, no. She had a boyfriend before they slept together, and he's like, had? And basically, yeah, so that's where that goes from there. And yeah, so Mariana asks Callie if she could date Wyatt, but Callie's like, okay. But Callie feels weird about her ex-boyfriend and her sister dating each other. But yeah, so Mariana still thinks that Wyatt doesn't Callie is alright with it, so Wyatt confronts her saying, hey, I did everything you asked me to. I was a perfect boyfriend to you, only for you to break up with me, and now you won't let Mariana date me either. And she's like, I don't care that you and Mariana are dating. I said it was cool if you and Mariana were dating, and Mariana, like, then why are we even hiding this anymore? And she's like, hiding what? And he's like, Mariana was so afraid that you get scared or mad at her, and she's like, what about why? That he and Mariana slept together. And she's like, what do you mean slept together? So Callie finally knows, and she's basically, yeah. So I kind of feel my boy Wyatt here. Like Callie, my boy Wyatt's still my boy. I'm sorry I didn't call him my boy at the beginning of the video, but he still is. But yes, I get where he's coming from. Callie wouldn't care, but Callie shouldn't care that they slept together. They only have one. And Mariana basically says that I didn't want to. That she wanted to sleep. That she didn't want to sleep with some random guy she barely knew. She wanted to sleep with her boyfriend. Which, again, how does she barely know Wyatt? Again, how? Why did they do that? She knows Wyatt. She went to his foreclosure party for why does she barely know Wyatt? Why does she keep saying this? She went to his foreclosure party. They've been in some scenes together. They know each other. This just makes me mad that they still again think that they barely know each other. It's just I know I shouldn't care, but I do because I love Wyatt and I like Mariana. So it just makes me mad that she's saying, oh yeah, she didn't want to get sleep, she didn't want to sleep with someone she wanted she sleep with someone she barely knows. She wants to sleep with her boyfriend, but she knows him. She went to his foreclosure party. They've had scenes together prior to that. So for her to say that she barely knows him, it's just a bunch of crap. It's just a bunch of crap. Sorry for swearing. I just don't like how she barely knows him. That's called terrible ideas. She knows Wyatt. Anyway, back to this. It's just a bunch of crap that she barely knows him. Anyway, and he's my boy. So yeah, so Mario, so Cal, well, he's like, so Cal, like Mario, you lied to her, and she's like, she didn't want to ruin your party. And she's like, the surprise party she didn't want, and Jude hears it, and Jude's like, and yeah, so Robert gives Callie a car. That Callie's like, I want to buy. I kind of promised Mariana that I'd buy the car with her. And Robert's like, Sophia will be able to drive soon. Wait, isn't Sophia like 14? How is she able to drive soon, Robert? Or is she 15 by this point? I don't know. This episode's good. Just to stress me out about the whole Mariana and Wyatt barely knowing each other thing. It stressed me out. But anyway, yeah. So, anyway. Sorry, I just love this episode. It just stressed me out about the Mario barely knowing Wyatt thing. I know it's a convenience, but it stresses me out. But yeah, because I love both Mario and Wyatt. But yeah, so Callie catches Jude, and he's like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going over to Connor's. And she's like, what about the party? You mean the surprise party you didn't want me to throw? And she's like, Jude, she was just mad. She didn't mean it. And he's like, you still love your birthdays, Callie. And she's like, she doesn't remember that girl anymore. And she's like, good, because he'll have to remember it for her. And he's like, I have a surprise for you. A bouncy castle. So basically, so they bounce, and he's like, Callie now knows about why. And he's like, she's probably going to be mad at me, and she's like, is she mad now? Go on, go bounce with your sister. So, yeah. So there's also a thing with Steph apologizing to Robert about his and Jill's separation, and he's like, you blackmailed him, Steph. He blackmailed her. So yeah, sorry. He blackmailed her, and yeah, he basically talks to Sophia about it too. Yeah. Speaking of Sophia, Brandon and Sophia, for some reason, come as a plan to steal AJ's phone, to look at the call histories, and find out if he's talking to his brother. So Brandon takes it. So AJ discovers that Brandon takes his phone because it was on the charging port, and when AJ went to get it, it was gone. So he's like, "Give me my phone." He's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he's like, "Who's this? This is your brother?" And he's like, "Give it." And he's like, "Hey," and they just get into a fight. And Mike's like, "What is going on here?" And he's like, "You stole my phone." And he's like, "I freaked out when I answered the phone." And he's like, "Why are you taking his phone, Brandon?" And he's like, and Brandon's like, he's probably talking to his brother or someone he doesn't want to know. And Mike answers the phone, and he's like, "Hey, don't call his number again." And he's like, it was just somebody from It was just somebody saw the note in the water tower. And he's like, I just thought. He's not what? Leave it alone, Brandon. They don't even blame Sophia, because wasn't Sophia the one who orchestrated it? They don't even ask Sophia. they don't they get mad at Brandon because he's the one who started the fight, but they don't go and ask Sophia. I don't know, but anyway, yeah. So Brandon is kind of jealous, and he's like, Brandon's kind of jealous, and he's like, of AJ, because he's like, hey, he's like, hey, Mike, you've seen AJ more times than you've seen him in the last few years. And he's like, Brandon, just because I'm your foster son doesn't mean I don't love you any less. And yeah, so Brandon, Callie's like, here's your present, Callie, and she's like, Super Callie, you're such a dork, bro. And they're about to kiss when he's like, we can't kiss while we're under the same roof. And Callie's like, there's no roof here. And they kissed with Steph seeing. So, yeah, AJ should have said, what if someone sees? Because they really, if they kissed, like in a different area, that would make sense. But they kissed right in front of the house. So Steph saw it. So, basically, that wrapped up this episode. So, I don't get this episode at all. This episode's good, but there's just so conveniences, like Mariana still saying that she barely knows Wyatt. She's texted with him. She's had conversations with him. How can she say that she wanted to lose her virginity to someone that she barely knows? She's texted with him. She's called him. She's had some scene. She's texted with him. She's texted him on her computer. She's had a scene with him prior to this season. It just makes no sense. That what rages me about this episode. I know it's a convenience. It's a little convenient. It's super disability and convenience, but this just bugs me that Mariana doesn't remember the scenes that she shared with Wyatt back in season 1 and 2. She shared them with him. But anyway, Callie, this episode was a very good episode. Callie's now 17. The only girls were in this episode. Becca was in this episode. I don't know how she got out of it. So yeah, anyway, I'll be reviewing episode 7 next. I know I did two episodes scheduled. I want to get you. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe. If you have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you next. The Foster.